Hi folks, this is All the Fruit, and here I'm at the Botanic Garden of the University of Mainz, in the city of Mainz in Germany. Germany has this particular situation that they have a lot of really high-class botanic gardens. I mean, if you look at the botanic gardens of Paris or Miami or London, they would be probably better than any German botanic garden. But if you look at the top botanic gardens in the world, for decades the German ones have been at the top. And so Mainz is one of those places where you don't expect a beautiful botanic garden. Actually, I'm quite mad at my family and friends and everybody, because in elementary school and in middle school I lived in Mainz for a couple years. And actually there is a very beautiful city park here, which is just called City Park or Stadtpark, with nice collections of trees and ornamental plants, and it used to have several greenhouses. It was the most botanic garden-like thing I knew as an elementary school kid. But no, I spent so much time there in those years, and nobody bothered to tell me that there is actually also a real botanic garden here. I'm really sad, because I could have learned so many things even as a little child. And could have died a lot of times. My first serious poisoning while eating unknown plants. Well, my first serious poisoning where I actually had horrible symptoms was in Mainz. I've had serious poisonings from foraged plants before, but I still remember Mainz. It was 40 years ago, but I still remember the puking and the headache. Well, anyways, beautiful botanic garden, and with 20 years delay I visited it for a short visit 20 years ago, but this is again the first time in 20 years I'm here. And they have beautiful stuff. Mainz has one of the mildest climates of Western Germany, but it also has the driest climate of Western Germany, which is quite an interesting combination. Look at this here. This is the biggest Californian stinky laurel I've ever seen. I've seen a couple in botanic gardens around Europe and around Germany. It can grow in the mildest climates in Germany, but this is by far the biggest. A plant so dangerous, so toxic that you shouldn't be even near it. Basically, even touching it, or even when they when they slashed and burned those forests in California, and you would be standing on the wrong side of the fire, even when you are very far away, you could get horrible poisoning, especially in your lungs, from the poisoning of this stuff. And when you touch it, it's very stinky and poisonous, and I unfortunately touched it because it looked different from the other stinky laurels, and now Oh, and here's some beautiful yellow flowered magnolia. Magnolia Daphne. I would totally eat the flowers because they are edible, but this is a very small plant, so leaving it alone. They have a nice area with greenhouses, which unfortunately just closed. Here we have another magnolia and yet another magnolia. Couple horse chestnuts. Some strange art. Couple hawthorns. Actually, at this stage you can eat the young leaves and the flowers. They are a very interesting spring snack for foragers. Linden or lime tree. Here we have Prunus mahaleb, a cherry which likes to grow in hot, dry areas. We don't even know to which areas of Germany it was native before the climate change and before it spread through other methods, but probably only to the most southern parts of Germany, maybe including Mainz. But a plant which also grows in places like Syria and Anatolia and dryish parts of Iran, wasn't really native to most parts of Germany. Somewhere they are supposed to have a nice collection of steppe plants because of the climate of Mainz being quite steppe-like, and actually being also natural steppes near Mainz. Oh, this looks a little bit steppe-like. And here they have a barberry collection, Berberis vulgaris. Oh no, not the barberries collection, just a couple plants. No, they've just planted a yeah, this is one of the typical hedges of shrubbery or shrubberies of the steppe areas around Mainz. I know this because for many years I've done habitat management with NGOs in those areas. Yep, this is one of those steppes which you find around Mainz, and those are the default shrubs which usually cut down around Mainz. Here is the sticky catchfly, the poster child of German nature conservation, which tells me that this must be not a limestone, but a Phleum phleoides. Yeah, it could be rich in this area could be rich in bases, but not really rich in limestone. Yeah, and it's volcanic. Yeah, the cliffs here are volcanic. Yeah, it looks like a step from the basalt areas to the southwest of Mainz. Yeah. Basalt flora on volcanic rocks. Here is the native German Saskatoon. It's not as tasty as the traditional ornamental species around here, but it's edible. But it's also endangered in some areas, so don't eat it. Here another step. This is another type of volcanic rock. Those are different types of porphyre and melamphire, very closely related rocks, but with different geology. Again, the sticky catch fly. Nice. This botanic garden is nice, especially since in Heidelberg the whole campus, including the botanic garden, is being refurbished right now. Being in an area where the botanic garden is intact is a blessing. But why do they have air conditioners there? Air conditioners is not a German thing. Get rid of those air conditioners. They are too loud. They are spoiling the whole fun for me. So what else do we have here? A swamp. A German swamp. A swamp along the Rhine. Well, Mainz is along the Rhine, and this huge Euphorbia palustris is also typical for the areas around the Rhine. However, usually around the Rhine everything has been fertilized so much that this iris, this beautiful iris, which one is it? Iris siberica or what? It's basically extinct around here, and even this Euphorbia, I've seen it only very few times in the wild, maybe only 2 or 3 times in the wild. What do we have here? Is this blackthorn? Oh, Prunus fruticosa? No, this is not blackthorn, this is steppe cherry. And unlike in other places, it's fruiting profusely. I've never tasted the fruits as far as I can remember. I should come back to Mainz. They even have steppe cherries. What are you doing, steppe cherry? This is another type of steppe, by the way. Another type of steppe native to the area. But is it the more limestone rich one? It's definitely native to some places around here. Poiceranum alsaticum coleria valesiaca. Sand. Can it be a sand steppe? Ooh, nope, this is too hard for sand. Oh yeah, so they have a lot of different types of steppes here. Beautiful. Beautiful. I spent decades taking care of those habitats, but I've never seen such a nice compilation of them. Here is the sand steppe. This is also very typical for the area around Mainz and also around Heidelberg. Beautiful. And here is the sand, if you don't believe me that this is a sand steppe. Here again we are in some type of shale-like steppe environments. Yeah, we also have this a little bit further away from Mainz, but yes, they are also native to the region. Here more sand. Here some nice old trees, some nice old cherry trees. This botanic garden is huge and beautiful, and it somehow seems, when I compare it with most botanic gardens in Spain, and even with the one in Heidelberg or in Marburg where I studied, this is taken care of really nicely. A lot of work has gone into this botanic garden. A lot of viola tricolor. No, nowadays it's not in viola, it's in another genus. Used to be in viola. It's a type of violet. It's beautiful, enjoy it. More Aristolochia, a nice place to hang out when it's raining or when it's too sunny. And here, of course, more steps. I guess somebody was really clever and thought, what can we make which we don't need to water and which doesn't need so much care in our dry climate here in Mainz? Let's make a compilation of different steps. Yeah, here we have a traditional, quite meager German fruit orchard. I think the main purpose here was not to showcase the fruit trees, but the vegetation around the fruit trees. I'm also taking care of a couple such habitats. Here bay leaf, a close relative to the stink laurel. This is the real laurel, the culinary laurel. Over there I guess they have a veggie garden, but it's not being planted. They waited till after those heavy frosts, and they might wait longer because in 2 or 3 weeks there is another period of very common frosts and cold weather in Germany. Climate change means that the years are warmer on average, and also plants start their development much earlier now. But when the heavy spring frosts come and the plants are more developed than they used to, they get harmed even more. And look at that here, cork oak. Yeah, I just filmed those in Spain. That's what cork is being made of. You know, wine, you put wine in bottles and then you close the bottles with pieces of this bark, which are called corks. Also art. Nowadays every botanic garden must have art. For some reason the policy in Germany and also in other countries is that the botanic garden by itself is not worth anything. And also that botanic trips in the botanic garden are not worth everything. They have to put up statues everywhere, and they also have to have theater performances and stuff in the botanic garden. Botanic garden is totally worth a lot. Even in itself, it doesn't need all this art and theater performances. And actually, if we did botanic teaching properly, we would attract a lot more people in the botanic gardens. Now to the next thing, like I think I mentioned that we had a very harsh cold spell here while I was in Spain, and I saw a couple videos. Oh, look, a bee hotel. This is a place where wild bees can stay without paying. So I saw a lot of videos where people were putting barrels full of oil in the vineyards in order to save the grapevines from freezing. Even here it wasn't enough, although I don't think they put them up here. See? Frost damage. Oh, this is bad. This is one of the mildest areas in Germany. If there is frost damage here on the grapevines, then there is frost damage basically everywhere in Germany on the grapevines. Look at that. The ones which were a little bit more protected here near the thick stump have survived, or also here they have survived, but the ones just a little bit higher and a little bit more exposed, it is really teeny tiny things matter. Look at that. This one was a little bit closer to the ground and a little bit closer to this wooden post, which maybe stopped a little bit of the wind. and it survived. Same thing here. The one close to the wooden post survived, but everything in between died. Well, here this one had no wooden post, even the last one and the last one. And here at the post, again, one survived. The one on this side died, the one on this side survived, the one on this side died, and the ones which were again protected just a little bit by the stump. Imagine how little protection this can give them. This just slowed down the wind a little bit more in the area around here than it slowed it in the area around here, and that's already making such a big difference. Or heavy damage. And again, over there, see? The only ones which survived are the ones right next to the thick stems, and the ones over there which were right at the pole. And over there I see a couple more which were at the pole. So bad frost damage. Also they have a lot of rare weeds. What is this? Sideritis? No. Nonea lutea. Yeah, they have a lot of rare weeds here. Here they have started with planting stuff. They have planted the lettuces and the peas and the radishes and the strawberries. I bet they haven't planted the beans yet. The beans need a bit more heat. Let's see in the fruit orchard what the damage on the trees is. The apple flowers look okay-ish. This is some wild pear. Also looks okay-ish. This is not frost damage, this is something else. This is a virus. Also, I don't see visible frost damage on the peach. Well, it's been damaged by different stuff. But here, look at the mulberry. That's frost damage. See this? Frost damage that happened like a week ago or so. Look, a couple days ago. The most young, most tender leaves have died, and the plant hasn't started sprouting new things. Those are the leaves which came out like a couple weeks ago. Those were the leaves which came out 1 or 2 weeks ago, and they were too young and too tender. And again, the more exposed ones are gone, while down here near the ground, where it stayed a little bit warmer and less windy, there is minimal damage. Another tree which is, well, the funny thing is the mulberry. The Romans called the mulberry Moro sapiens, the wise mulberry, because it would sprout only after the last late frosts. Usually it develops its leaves and flowers very late, but right now we are the 27th of April. In the last years and decades we had years where we had ripe mulberries towards the end of April. In previous years the leaves even didn't sprout in that time. Well, we'll have ripe mulberries in a couple of weeks. Not very early because winter was harsh, and also, yeah, now we had the cold spell. But even the wise mulberry got fooled by the climate change and sprouted and then got destroyed. Also the walnut. The walnut is a plant whose leaves don't like frost at all. And look at that. The walnut trees also took a lot of damage. A lot of damage on the exposed leaves, but look at the ones which were inside the crown. Those here nearby, no frost damage. I think I will just extract all the parts with the frost damage and make a different video from them. So when you see a separate video about the frost damage here in Mainz, and then the longer video about the Botanic Garden, and some have, and some parts are in both. Yeah, don't get confused. Prunus domestica subspecie incisia. This is one of the old ancient plum varieties. Yeah, I would like to see what their Insitizia looks like. There are a lot of different opinions on what Insitizia is, and this botanic garden should have a opinion that's worth something. Okay, this piece of art is okay, but still, I don't like the fact that they say the botanic garden is not worth enough without those art things and without theater performances and stuff. Botanic garden is totally worth enough without those things, and you should definitely put them somewhere else. The Swedish flower berry. Yes? Hedundia anglica? Huh? Oh, that's the English one. I've never heard about the English one, and it's even in a different genus, not in Sorbus. I want to try this. I mean, there are a lot of endemites of this group, even in Germany, so I'm not too surprised there is an endemic one in England, but still, I've never heard about it before. Interesting. I just wanted to say this is from Sweden. You can see it's frost tolerant, no frost damage. Of course, it doesn't work with one from England. They have a big and beautiful arboretum here. In Heidelberg, we also had a big and beautiful arboretum, which was basically the whole campus, but not much has been left of it. But this one, strawberry tree. And it's looking better than the ones in Spain. It didn't get any visible frost damage. Flowering is already over. Not much pollination, but a couple fruits will survive. I don't know if the flowers got hurt by the cold or if there was just a lack of partners for pollination. Sometimes they can fruit really profusely in Germany. But it looks good. In Spain they were dying from the drought. Here the cold doesn't seem to have affected it. Also the cold in those groves will be less harsh than outside where those fruit trees were more exposed. Oh yeah, and it's nesting season. If we have ornithologists here, you can tell me what this egg is from. Beautiful arboretum. Beautiful. I'm getting even more mad at family, at friends. Is it so difficult to take a little child and bring it to the botanic garden? I've been living in this city for years as a kid. Shame on you. Ribes. Those are gooseberries, different type of gooseberries. Wait, was it gooseberry? No, currant. Gooseberries are very closely related. Here we have currants, more sorbus. Okay. So, so they have put those in a different genus, okay. And yeah, but again, the English one, I was not aware that there is an English one. Also here, white wild pear. Yeah, it is a white wild pear. It is Pyrus amygdaliformis, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, salicifolia. Okay. Yeah. Okay, it's salicifolia, it's not amygdaliformis. I'm stupid. Raspberries. Beautiful arboretum. We haven't been to the system yet, but the arboretum is really nice. The compilation of different steps is really nice. This is a beautiful botanic garden. Look at what a beautiful old service tree they have here. Fortunately, so many of those were cut down for the expensive timber. Service tree timber is very expensive, but the fruits are also very useful. Okay, I cannot show you the whole arboretum or the video will become super long. It is quite extensive. Oh, Melitis melisophyllum. This is also native to the area around Mainz, but I haven't seen it in years. Oh my, I have to go a little bit more around here. Oh, haha. This might look like a laurel, but it's actually say it again. It's incredibly toxic. It is Daphne laureola. Very toxic. Another thing which is very toxic is this Laburnum anagyroides. When I was a little kid, even before elementary school, my grandparents and parents told me, eat the white and purple acacia flowers, but never ever eat the yellow acacia flowers. And none of those were acacias, just the white and purple ones. No, the purple ones were not the Judas tree behind me, but different locust flowers. Well, this is Laburnum anagyroides. This is toxic. And here also one reason why posting things on YouTube is useful. I posted a video about Staphylococcus pinnata. It's a type of nut which is native to large parts of Eurasia. I posted a video about the nuts, and the guy from Afghanistan responded, "Wait, you eat the nuts? We eat only the flowers." And then, yeah, I tried the flowers, and they are very tasty actually. Thanks to this guy from Afghanistan, I can forage the flowers now, and they taste pretty much exactly the same way as the nuts or seeds. Just you don't need to do any breaking, and you don't need to wait for months. Beautiful arboretum. This is huge. I cannot cover this. Oh, I'm really jealous. I mean, we used to have a lot of nice stuff in Heidelberg. Not that our botanists were happy. For over 60 years they wanted a new botanic garden now, but we used to have a nice botanic garden. Now everything is disturbed there, so I'm really jealous of this place here in Mainz. It's beautiful. If you come to Mainz, definitely visit it. Wow, don't tell me that actually this jasminum survived here. Yep, it did. Jasmine survives here, real jasmine. Incredible. Wow. I don't know why I'm filming so slowly today. Maybe because I'm not hurrying but also enjoying this thing. It's a beautiful botanic garden. Why have I never seen this? 20 years ago it was winter, so we just visited the greenhouses, winter and raining. Yeah, German winter rain is more common than snow nowadays. This seems to be kind of an ornamental part of the botanic garden. Here is the system. Asteraceae, Asteraceae, Asteraceae. So many Asteraceae. I mean, they are a big family, but really three parts with Asteraceae. Do you really have enough for all the other families? I mean, there are hundreds of plant families. Solanaceae, this should be the goji berry. Everybody told us goji berries are toxic when we were children. Now they feed them to the children. Yeah, beautiful botanic garden, quite big. Over there, behind this house, there seem to be big non-public parts. Everything's still looking a bit, yeah, spring. It's the time when they are bringing out a lot of new stuff. A beautiful botanic garden. I must come back here later in the year. Beautiful. Yeah, folks, if you are in Mainz, definitely visit the Botanic Garden. I'm sure there are whole big departments which I haven't showed you yet, but maybe during the next visit. Stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the beautiful and incredibly fruit-rich Botanic Garden of Mainz, folks. And if you want to receive more content of this type, it's not enough to just subscribe to my channel, because YouTube kind of stopped recommending my videos even to subscribers. Better press the little bell icon to be notified of all new uploads. Oh, and by the way, here, for the ones who stayed till the last, I have another nice treat. See this here? A kiwi. See how the top part has been burned by the frost, but the lower part close to the ground has survived. Kiwi is a plant which Germany used to be almost too cold for cultivating it, and You can see why. The leaves already came out. Everything. Wait. But I have my. Oh no. I have my own big kiwi collection in Heidelberg. Oh my god, no. I have to run to Heidelberg. If the big kiwis. Oh god. If this looks like this, my kiwis. I have like 10, 12 different varieties. Oh no. Okay, that was a kiwi. Here we have a kaki, also heavily damaged by the frost. Also a plant for which Germany used to be too cold, but since the climate's changed, it has become popular here. Yeah, but it got hit hard. Kiningsoma palmata, I don't know what this is, but it's also not very frost resistant, it seems. Oh no, my kiwi collection. Okay, folks, see you.